Hi there. Thank you for joining me on another art date. Today has been a trial. I've been meaning to record this. It's now, I think, 20 to 12. I've been trying to record this since 10 o'clock this morning, and it's just been one of those mornings, I think. That Mercury is in retrograde. I don't know if that's affecting this or not. It'll be interesting to see how the rest of the day unfolds. I was just about to start recording, and then my neighbour started his whippersnipper and mowing. So I went, that's all right. It's only a small yard. It'll only take him, half hour at the most. Then he got his chainsaw out, and then he stopped. He's moved away. And then my mum rang. and, yeah, it's been a morning. There's been other interruptions and what have you. But anyway, today I want to, I've been feeling really disconnected. I feel really overwhelmed. I'm feeling really down. I'm feeling really, I don't know how to explain it. I just feel that it's been a really, like the last 2 weeks, I've been in a funk. Maybe that's what it is. I'm just in a funk. It's like the end of winter, not quite spring yet. There's change. You can feel the changes in the air. It's gone from being -2 at night to 15. So it's like this really weird sort of, I have a really weird sense of feeling, I guess. So one of the things I used to do to connect me to my creativity and creative practice, especially when I started, was making little mandalas. Now you probably have seen mandalas around. There was a resurgence of them about 5 years ago. I think they're on every notebook in the shops kind of thing. There is no right or wrong way to do mandalas. I just find them really fun and really great exercise to do, just to reconnect, because I'm not thinking about anything when I'm doing them. I'm just making patterns. I'm not thinking colors or anything like that. It's really just a mindfulness exercise, I guess. And for me, art being such a huge part of practice in my mental health, art is a way that I keep on top of my anxieties and my depression. I can, if I'm connecting with the paint and my feelings and that kind of stuff, I find that I can manage my mental health 100 times better. I know when I'm feeling it's like an itchiness, like I'm too big in my skin. It's usually because I haven't been for a walk or done an exercise, or I haven't painted for a while. So this is my original art journal, which is not why I've got this out, but I just want to show you also before I get to the mandala thing, and I'll get to that in a second. But this used to be, I used to spend maybe an hour or two a day, maybe a day, just doing, when I first started out, just doing little practices, the art practices. That's mandala. And then it turned into sort of a journal pages, exploring techniques, trying new things, that kind of stuff. I'm not sure if I've shown this before. You may recognize some of these paintings. This is a really popular print that is on cards. This is another mindfulness exercise, which is really fun, which is little blobby shapes type thing. Yeah, so it's just, messages to myself when I wasn't feeling like myself. This is my word of the year one year, and this painting is still one of everyone's favorites. It's really interesting. Just, this is my art journal. This was my art journal. I don't have the date on it, but I think it would be about 2013, 2014, 2015 maybe. So mandalas. So this is an example of one that I have done in the past. I don't necessarily do traditional ones where you've got the concentric circles and then you do different different patterns, is what I'm trying to say, in it. I really like this one. This one that I actually intended at one point to redo on a piece of paper and have it on a card or something like that. Yes, so they don't have to be concentric circles with mark making, but they can be. You can do whatever you want. Again, there's this one which I did. You can actually download this one if you're a community member as a screensaver, and I actually love this one, and I think this is kind of similar to what I'm going to do today. It's got sort of the symbols that mean a lot to me. It's got a bit of information, like writing in it, and then it's got some patterns and that kind of stuff in it. And another one that I did in these journals is this one. Might be hard to see, it's on black on white. And again, I like the idea of the patterns. I like the idea that it's they sort of pop out. And there's writing, and it's, yeah, so it's you can do mandalas however you want to, and you know, Pinterest is a minefield of patterns and ideas and that kind of stuff. But I will have a sheet with a template, a mandala template. I will have a sheet with some patterns on it. I'll have a pattern sheet where you can create your own patterns, and I will have access to my Pinterest board, which is a mandala Pinterest board. You can access that. You can visit and see that. I'm going to do this a little bit differently because it is a mindfulness practice, where I'm going to maybe have a chat during the first half of the video, and then as I'm doing the marks and that kind of stuff, I'm actually going to put on some music and maybe speed it up a little bit so you're not stuck here for 2 hours. And you can just sort of zone out with me next to you while you're doing your own mandala and doing your own you know, mindfulness type thing. And this art date is about resetting, it's about grounding, it's about just letting art into your soul, into your heart, and just peace. It's about peace. That's as simple as that. In fact, it's about peace. So what do you need? You need paper. I'm just going to do it in my this sketchbook that I have done most of my art dates in. You might recognize some of these if you've done some of them. Yeah, so I'm just going to do a new page there. I'm going to use some watercolors. So I've got this very cool set of shiny, bright, beautiful watercolors. And I also have somewhere, I've got these are just Montmartre's, I think, watercolors trays. And you know, this is funny, like I have no idea what colors. They're always a surprise, these colors. Like that looks blue, but it's actually like this beautiful green. So I've got these colors. You can use acrylics, you don't need watercolors, just saying. I also have these, which I really like, and they're shimmery too. I think I'm going to go with a shimmery theme today. And these are, I cannot think of the name. I want to say Inktense, but I don't think that's correct. These take a bit to activate with water. I will try and find the name of what these are. As you can see, they're really dusty and I haven't used them in ages, but they have this really luscious sheen. So while I'm going through what other supplies we have, I'm just going to activate these. Now, the way that to activate these is just to add water, and I have a little pipette thing. Now, if you're using watercolors, you need 2 jars. You have your 2 jars of water, 1, 2. This is so that you can get your brush really clean. So it's a little bit different than painting with acrylics. Now, and again, I'm a novice when it comes to watercolors. I just sort of play with what makes me feel good. I don't actually have a lot of practical experience with them. Colors I want this one. I like that blue. This is a really, you can see my favorites. It's a really nice purple. And maybe that one. I don't know what color I'm going for yet. Okay. Now, if you don't have a pipette, just use your brush, or sprayer, water spray thing. Okay. The other things that I have, just get these out the road so you can sort of see. They're kind of activating. They just take a while. It's like maybe they melt something. I really wish I had the name of it. Maybe put a little bit more water in this. But these guys, they probably do take about 10-15 minutes to activate. They're not like normal watercolors, but they're really intense colors, I think, from memory. I mean, like I said, it's been a while since I used them. So I'll just move them out the road. I don't know why I did the yellow. I'm probably not going to use yellow. Okay. What else do I have? Oh, now, so you've got your two water jars. So one, you dip your dirty brush in, and then you have a piece of paper towel, and you just put your brush on the paper towel to clean it. Make sure it's clean. If it's still not clean, you put it back in this one. This is like a dirty water, and this is a clean one. So this is the one you might use to add more water to your watercolors if you need to, or it's like your final rinse of the brush type thing. But like I said, I'm not a watercolor expert. I don't use a lot of watercolors. I like them and I like playing with them. So I have a lot. What else? A compass. I'm going to make ourselves easy. You can use a compass to draw our circles, rather than freehanding it, which is really what I normally would do on, when I'm just doing a mandala, because I'm lazy. And also I haven't had a compass for a very long time. If you don't have a compass, you can just use things to trace around, or you can download the template that I've got. I've got this thing too, which I've never actually been able to use, but I think it would be really quite cool. It's like a compass, but doesn't seem to, it's magnetic. It's supposed to be, it was one of these things that TikTok made me buy, or Instagram or Facebook. I just saw lots of ads for it, and they made really cool shapes, and I went, I need that, and I bought it. And I think I've used it maybe 5 times, and there's no instructions on how to use it. So it looks cool. It could be very cool. I also think I've lost half of the pieces for it. Anyway, don't buy stuff from TikTok. Brushes. So typically brushes that you would use in watercolor would be this kind of shape. It's got a nice fine edge. It holds lots of paint, and yeah, so I think I've got some decent brushes in here. I just use all kinds of brushes for all kinds of things, so I end up with brushes that don't work. I think I've kept this one solely for watercolor, so we might be okay. But you don't have to have those special watercolor brushes. You just, oh God, look at that. That brush probably needs to be thrown out. Here's another one. And I used to have lots of small ones, but I feel like I would have used them with acrylics, and they might be a little bit trashed. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I think that's everything we've got and everything we probably need. Oh, markers. Markers, you do need markers. So you can either do black marker, or you can use a white marker, which you would have seen one of the original ones that I did. I love this pen. It's a Jelly Roll white pen. It's one of the best white pens I have ever used, but close second would be this one. It's a Uniball white pen. This seems to write on absolutely everything, and is really bright. This writes on most things. Usually they have to be really dry though when you're using paint. Black markers, I'm going to use my fine liners, pigment liners, Staedtler ones. Staedtlers, again don't know how to pronounce it. These are really good pens. Another ones I might use are the Copic multi-liners. These only work on super dry paint though, so I suspect, being that it's still a bit cold and wintry, we are going to need pens that work on wet-ish. So if you've got a couple of different thicknesses, there's a 2 and a 1, maybe a 0.5, and maybe a 1.2. So 1.2, if you look at it, and I don't know how well this will show up. So you can see the difference there. That's a 0.1, and this is a 1.2, and they're quite, let me just show you. There's quite a difference between the two. And even though I've got all of these, I probably will only use one of these pens. Because I usually just tend to pick up one. Probably it won't be this one. I'll go over a line a couple of times. So there's the difference between the two. Okay, look. So let's get started. I don't know, that seems like gold dust. Like, it's, I think from memory these are not cheap. So that's like, yeah, there's gold dust there. Rightio, let's open up a new page. Now, the studio is a bit chaotic and a bit messy, just because I've got a market next weekend at River and Wren. If you're in River and Wren and you've downloaded this before the market, please come see me. So there's stuff everywhere, so the desk is a bit messy. Other things I do have that I might use, because I am obsessed with them at the moment, are these black confetti, plastic, I don't know, I use them in everything. Confetti stars. I use them in my wish kits, I use them in my soul whispers, I use them on my soul mantras, and and I've just seen, this is glow in the dark paint that I have transferred into a really thin, I don't know what you'd call that, like a needle type thing. Oh my gosh, now we've got music in the street. It's like a band. Okay. So I might use this at some point, because again, I'm obsessed. Right, okay. So we want to do the middle of the page. And oh my gosh, that's such loud music. Oh, it's a delivery man, that's why. My gosh, I mean, I'm not one to judge. Normally I have music like blasting, you know, everywhere, because that's how I live. But in this street, it's normally me who does the music. Not anyone else, that's me. Okay, I'm just going to sort of guess, because this is not going to reach, and I'm just going to do a light little cross, which I think is going to be the middle of the page. There. Okay, so I want a smallish circle first. I haven't used one of these since probably year 10 geography, geometry even. Okay. Now I'm not going to make them all the same width apart, I don't think. I'm just going to do what makes feels good. But you could also get a ruler and do this really quite precisely if you want to. The first couple of ones I do want to make slightly smaller. And then I might do a super small one, or smooth gap I'm talking about, super small gap. I might do some writing in that one. I like the idea of adding all of my art journaling techniques in it. Again, don't have to be traditional. Might do a fat one here. another maybe skinnier. I think I want to go maybe one more, because I also like taking the design off the circle, as you saw in the ones that I showed you from my past. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and maybe I'll just do just one more little thin one. There. And coming back in, a thin one here too. Now that's going to make my life a little bit tricky when it comes to painting, but okay. So now I have my designs. I'm going to just erase this initial guide mark, because watercolors will not cover this up, unlike acrylics. They're slightly transparent. Okay, so let's see. Okay, there's my paper towel. Right, I just want to have a look at these colors so I can get an idea of what color I'm working with. I think I'm going to be working mainly with, maybe put that away. My daughter this morning came into the studio and literally I've got 2 rulers near my desk so that I can measure things when I'm buying things, if that. So if I so for example, I was buying a box and I need it to be 8 centimeters, then I would get my ruler out and the measurement guy would go, oh no, it's like 700 mil, and so I would go, oh no, 7 centimeters is 700 mil. No, that's not going to fit my 8 centimeter thing in it, so no, I have to buy something. And I am notorious for buying things that I think will fit, because my dyslexic brain turns things around. So one year I bought unicorn decorations for the Christmas tree, and I bought a lot because I'm like, oh, I might use them, and I thought they were about 10 centimeters, and I thought, oh, that'd be cute, maybe I'll sell these as well. But when they arrived, it wasn't 10 centimeters, it was 10 millimeters, and this is the size that they did. And I had 50 of these bloody unicorns to do something with. I ended up making earrings for a while there. Oh, I don't have time to work on something that small, so they're in a cupboard. They're in a cupboard somewhere. Okay, so that's that color. So they've got a nice, so I'm cleaning it in here, and then I'm going to wipe it on here. I can still see that there's a little bit of pink, and this is how you don't muddy up your colors. Acrylics doesn't matter so much. That's clean. And then I might put it in here, and then, so this is the purple. Which, it's not as dark as I remember, but they are very shimmery and they're very pretty. I do like them. It's always handy, like, because watercolors don't look like they do when they're like, they don't come out on the paper how they sit. The color's really intense in the palette, compared to when they come out on the paper. So it's always a good idea just to do a little tester section. Like this looks very, very green, yeah, but it's actually more of a teal. So it's always good just to do a little test before you put on the paper, because with watercolors there's not really any coming back. And then this green, it's like a grass green, that one. But I don't think I'm going to use that one. yeah, so you can, I don't know if you can see, but you can, with the water there, the colors mixing in, it's kind of activating. They're like melts. They're almost like watercolor melts. Okay, what colors we got here? So this one, I like that color. I like, these are really shimmery metallics, and I really like them, and I feel like I got these from an eBay shop, or might have even been Amazon. I'm not sure. I'll see if I can find it. If not, I'll just put a link to a nice one for you. A nice set of watercolors is what I'm actually trying to say. And these are quite fun. If I do this on a separate piece of paper, I like that color. That's a nice color. I will often tear this up and use it in artworks. I don't have a gold, so I think, where did I put my pipette? And I don't have a blue, except I like, it's not really blue though. And maybe that gold. That is interesting, how that has got, like, maybe I dropped blue in that. Gold, does that come from my pipette, or does that come from the water that that's very strange. How did that happen? Right, yeah, let's see if we can lift that off, because that's not, I don't want that. Wow, that's so strange. Let's try not to get it everywhere. That would have been smarter, just to pull it out. I wonder if I dripped it in from the other one. That's weird. I didn't see that. I might have to put that on replay and find out. Oop. See, it's in there as well. Maybe it did come from my pipette. Maybe I should clean my studio stuff better. Doesn't look like there's any blue in that though. That's so bizarre. Yeah, because it's in. See if I can lift it off this one rather than. Very strange. Definitely make sure I take it from the clean pot. I'm sure I did that too. I'm sure I took it from the clean side too. Or, see, that looks like there's like a little chunks of blue have maybe fallen off. Odd. Very odd. There's another one there. There we go. Right, so I need to clean off this. Yeah, see, that's, I wonder what watercolor that's, I've opened up a watercolor maybe, and it's, do you know, that might have been from this one, just opening it up. Not dry properly. Anyway, that's a problem for another day. That's a tomorrow Kirsten's problem. Right, yeah. Now that I have done that, what kind of brush am I going for? I think I want to, well, obviously this is my small one. We'll just play and see which ones work best. Okay, am I going to work from the middle out? Oh, God. It's definitely Mercury in retrograde. Now, the reason I'm asking this to myself is because I, again, notorious for dragging stuff off. I'm going to work inside out. Okay, so the first layer, might use this this Inktense. No, that's not what it's called. The melty ones. Do a nice purple. And I think I'm going to go every second circle because I don't want to then muddy the colors. Kind of keep them as separate as possible. And watercolors, you can like do wet on wet. We're going to do wet on dry because I don't want my colors bleeding and running too much. Okay, no, this is where I get unstuck. I use the wrong water for the wrong function of the brush, and to be fair, quite possibly I will end up drinking this at some point. But I do want to think about colors that work together as well. So we're possibly not going to do the bright green. We do nice blues, that kind of thing. What color is this one? It's a nice one. If I do the pastel-y sort of colors, then I have, I'm going to use black pen on this one, and the black pen will stand out more against the pastel colors. If I was going to use my white pen, I might use darker colors. As you could see from that first example, the white against the pink definitely wasn't as effective as the white against the black. But I'm not saying that I wouldn't use the dark blue either, because I like it. Okay, so we're just taking our time. We're taking our time, staying in between the lines and painting. Right, what else? Let's go with this. Doesn't seem to be as much. Sometimes these, I would say, watercolors can be quite thirsty, which seems like it could be a really weird thing to say about watercolors, paint even. But sometimes when you put water in it, it sucks up a lot of water, and you don't end up. You have to add more. And while we're doing this, I'm going to put on some music. Alrighty, so my watercolor is mostly dry. I went over a few of the colors because I didn't think they were bright enough. That one feels dry, it doesn't look dry, and this one I was interrupted again during the filming, and watercolor does not like it when you are interrupted. But that's okay because I'm going to cover it up with black marker and that kind of stuff. And I don't, you know, it's just for fun, for mindfulness. It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, it shouldn't be perfect. So I just went down a rabbit hole. I was picking up my Pinterest board of mandala patterns, and then I went, oh, I'm Scottish. Celtic mandala patterns, and then I went down this whole rabbit hole of very cool Celtic designed mandalas, which look very precise and very beautiful. We are not doing this today. We are, if you wanted to, you could grid it out. You could do, look how beautiful. You know, you could grid it out. You could have the lines coming off it if you wanted to. I'm just going to freehand it because this again is about mindfulness and just staying in the moment and being present while I am painting and drawing and that kind of stuff. So this is some basic patterns, and I will put a link to my Pinterest board so that you can have a look as well, or you can just Google or Pinterest it yourself. There's lots of different ways you can do this. There's no right or wrong way. You know, you can just keep it really simple, and I think maybe that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to spend 5 hours on this. I just want to spend an hour being mindful. Yeah, so you have access to all of this on Google and Pinterest and that kind of thing, and like I said, I'll do a link to it in the notes that come with the art date. And I want to go back, reference back to, where is it? My pink one. Let's go to the front. It's not necessarily that one, but again, there's leaves, patterns, that kind of stuff, which I'll incorporate into this. I'm still thinking something like this for the middle, but I did like my this is not going to be traditional. This one, I preferred this one. I like that I've got a little affirmation in there. I'm absolutely going to do that with this one. I like that this came off the page, and absolutely this is going to come off the page as well. So it's not going to be contained into this, what looks like very much a very, very rainbow archery target. So I'm going to have those references near me. Now, the last thing I've got is my, if you followed one of my other art dates, I can't remember which one I introduced it into. This is my collections notebook, where I have collections of things that make me smile and things that I might use in my artwork. So my cactuses, patterns, designs, hearts, flowers, birds, that kind of stuff, mushrooms, clouds, just different elements that have inspired me, wings and things. What else we got? Just more patterns, doodles and patterns. This is not what we're going to be using. We're going to be using this one. There's not a lot in here, but these are some of the things that I'm going to be inspired and use in my artwork. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not even going to bother with a pencil, although again, do what makes you feel comfortable, and if penciling it out first makes you comfortable, by all means you can do that. You know, you'd have to press pretty hard with this one. I don't want to press hard. I'm just going to freehand it. I'm just going to see where the magic takes me. Some of them I'll outline, probably all of them I'll outline if I'm really being honest, but I'm not even going to bother using my compass. I'm just going to freehand it. I'll probably move this around a bit. This is going to irritate me, I can tell you already, because it's in a notebook and not just a piece of paper that I can literally just spin around. So there may be cursing, but you won't hear that because this is a mindfulness exercise. This is about doing art to bring you into the moment and take you out of the moment as well. So you will be listening to some beautiful music. If I can find some beautiful copyright free music, you'll be listening to some music and, you know, sort of playing along with me if you want, doing your own thing. Yeah, we'll see where it ends up, because I don't really have a plan. I really don't have a plan. I'm just going to see what feels good. And when I do that, there will be parts of this that I will not like, and there'll be parts of it that I want to go back and change. That's okay. Just work around it. So I went to finish this art date video off the other night, the same day that I had done all of the other video. But just like the beginning of the video, I kept getting interrupted. First it was my kids coming home from school. Then of course I had to go grocery shopping because we had no food in the house. So that was like another 2 hours of not fun. Not fun. Who likes, I mean, if you like grocery shopping, I would love to know your secret, because I find it the most tedious thing ever. So as you can see, I've added on some sparkly little stars, and you may just see the little dots that I've done for my glow in the dark. I've been charging this for a little bit. I've just been editing the rest of the video, and I've been charging this, hoping that the glow in the dark will show up when I turn off the light. But I have got video of it otherwise if it doesn't. But yeah, as I was saying, I went to finish this off the other night and sign off. But then we had a massive storm roll through, and then my neighbours were having a massive Barney outside my house because they were trying to move a caravan in the rain. I mean, I don't. Anyway. Anyway, so this is this month's art date. I hope you've enjoyed just zoning out and chilling and doing some meditation and connecting with the art and connecting with the moves, and just literally letting your brain turn off for 5 to 10 minutes, which in this day and age is the most valuable thing that you can give yourself, is the gift of 10 minutes of just not thinking about it. You don't have to do all this in one sitting either. I mean, you could paint one day and then come back and just add marks as you feel like it, kind of thing. So I like the idea that it's not a one and done process. You can just do it over a couple of sessions and that kind of stuff. So next month I'm thinking of doing maybe a wee beastie for the next art day. I've got some here. I call it the Wee Beastie Hospital because they've just got a few things that need fixed on it. Like this cat lost its ear, so she needs a new ear. This is one of my steampunks. Obviously this is one of my witches. So we'll maybe do a wee beastie. Otherwise, we'll see where the creative muse takes us. Until then, take care. If you have played along today, please share your creations with me. I love seeing how you've interpreted my lessons and how you put your own spin on things. It's inspiring. It's so inspiring to see how other people have embraced their creative muses, and I love seeing what they're making. So you may even see this turn up on a card one day, depending. But yeah, I really love how it's turned out. I love the shimmeriness of it. Looks like a holographic sticker, doesn't it? Anyway, that's me. I'm done. I hope you've enjoyed it. I did speed it up a bit just because I knew the whole video ended up being 3 hours. So I have sped up parts of it so that you're not sitting there, because who has 3 hours? And I look forward to seeing you on future ones. Take care. Mwah.